Hi y'all, this is Shell with Gypsy Tarot 22, and I'm here to give a random rainbow reading. There's a message that needs to come out, regardless of signs. We have Saint Bridget, and Goddess Isis, resurrection, passion, fire, fertility, growth, magic. What is the message that needs to come forth? Thank you, Spirit. Father, authority, tracking, hunter, gardener. What are we tracking in this read? Soul cleansing. Well, I'm going to take Spirit's advice right now and do a little soul cleansing of my own. I have been searching for my husband, who I've been legally separated from for 8 years now. For the last 3 years, there's been no communication. He was in a rehab home in Central California. Last I spoke with him, June 27th. The same night I was brutally attacked inside my home during a home invasion. My neighbor's daughter, who was on house arrest and very heavily intoxicated and probably some drugs involved as well. She was convinced I had her 65-year-old father tied up in my basement as a sex slave, even though I was at home with my 2 children, minding my own business. I opened the door simply because she was out there with her daughter and I thought she needed help. I closed the door, but it didn't latch right, and she was able to break my front tooth, crack my molar, split my lip 4 places. She wasn't able to break my nose. I had my face ripped off when I was a small child by a very large pit bull Rottweiler mix, which completely took my nose off, and so I have no cartilage in it. So she was unable to do any damage there, but I got 7 blows to the face. And that put me into a cycle of depression, the insecurity about my tooth, and then the pandemic happened. This was in 2019. The beginning of 2020, I had bought an RV because I was going to head out to California and hunt this father of my child now. Try to activate a divorce that needs to happen. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And in the pandemic, I panicked and I tried buying a house. Oh, Lord. House of horrors, as I call it. Everything that could go wrong with that house did, because it simply was not meant for me. So, in 2021, I had to give it up. I had to give it up, and I had to make that journey from Colorado to California to report this man missing that no one has heard from in now 3 years, going on 4. I was told by the Sacramento Police Department that even if they do find him, they will not contact me. He has the right to be a free person. And when I asked, well, what about child support? What about, the fact that he has children out here who are searching for him? And regardless, he's allowed to be a free person. So this message is being put out in the universe, and eventually I'll show a judge that I've tried everything in my power to contact this man. But the reality is, in 2017, 3 years after I left him in 2014, he reported his girlfriend missing, Morel Elizabeth Olson. He claimed she went swimming at night and never returned. She was found and cremated shortly after. And then I was contacted by the Lincoln, New Hampshire Police Department, as John had become a person of interest in a suspicious death. I received a phone call from a rehab home stating that he had been found and he was checked in, and I was his emergency contact. That was in New Hampshire in 2017. And then there was no contact until randomly his Facebook Messenger was active and I saw it, and I contacted him and asked him if I could buy him a bus ticket to get from California to Colorado so we can finalize this divorce, because it'll take at least 9 months here, just going through the process. And he agreed to it, but wanted to talk to a lawyer first, simply because of the circumstances around my second child. When I left my husband in 2014, it was because we had a horrible fight that resulted into a miscarriage of the child I was carrying that he was not too happy about. I lost the baby in a horrific I lost my baby, and with doing, I gained the courage to leave a situation after 14 years. It was 2 weeks shy of our 14-year anniversary, 10 years of marriage. I finally had enough strength given to me by my child who never got to see this world to leave. When I left, I moved to Florida from New Hampshire, and I did lie. There was communication. I told him I went to a domestic violence shelter in Maine. The reality was I went to go see my brother in Florida. He offered me a place to stay, and I jumped up on it. So much so I jumped on a Greyhound bus with my 10-year-old child, and we got to Florida September 3rd, 2014. That date is very significant because it is a year to the day my child, my second child, was born. In one heck of a crazy circumstance, put together by the fates to give me back what I lost. He is my rainbow child, and the big reason why I need John's signature is because I was married at the time my second child was born. And that gave all rights to John as father. On his birth certificate, the nurse wrote, "Mother refuses information on husband," because it's simply not his child. It will never be his child. And I need his rights revoked, more so than a divorce. I need him to give back what isn't his, so we can simply move on. Bo can eventually be adopted, have a father in his life. So that's what this message is about. I am currently searching for John William Fraser, born 11/16/1978, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'11", between 145, 185, depending on how he's been taking care of himself. He wears glasses, generally has long hair, has a Jesus vibe, beard, long hair, usually in sandals. If anyone out there knows where this man is, please contact me. I have my P.O. box listed in the description box of the About Me section. Simply write a note. Allow me to be able to guide myself to where he is. It would be greatly appreciated. Oh, I hate crying. But it is a way to cleanse the soul, and that's what needs to happen here. Spirit, am I telling the truth on this? Seven of Pentacles. I've been working on trying to find this man. Page of Pentacles. I need to try something else. King of Swords. To truly cut this man out of my life. To cut all bonds. I didn't want to marry him in the first place. His father, when he found out I was pregnant, asked me when we were getting married, and I avoided the subject. I was happy to stay engaged. That was good enough for me. But we ended up losing our apartment and having to move in with my in-laws, soon-to-be in-laws, to which my father-in-law unloaded the shotgun and the shells fell on my foot. When he asked me when we were getting married, I said next Tuesday. It happened to be our anniversary, 4 years, and we made it happen. Got married in his front yard My maid of honor was a chicken who came and stood next to me. It's the only person other than my dad and my brother and my stepmom Georgia who was there on my behalf. I felt it in my gut. I didn't want to get married to this man. But I went through with it because I felt the pressure, and we had a child together, and I said, okay. I planted those seeds, and now it's time to harvest what's truly meant for me, not what's being forced upon me. It's time for me to truly find my own 10 of Cups, my own 10 of Pentacles. I deserve to be happy. And in another 3 years, if there's no contact, if nobody knows where he is, I can declare him deceased. And that will cancel out those rights to my youngest child. But if we can speed this up in the meantime, it would be greatly appreciated. I have a picture of him, but it's inside the house right now, so I'm going to pause this. I'm going to go get the picture, and I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. These are pictures that are old. I don't have anything recent. And I have a light here to kind of make it a little brighter. This is the first picture my youngest son, my oldest son took. We were on a hike, Quincy Bog, Rumney, New Hampshire. This is a picture at it was a government trail in Thornton off Route 3. This is my in-law's dog. Sorry, it's such a... And then the last one I would like to show is a series of 3 photos I've cropped into one photo. It's the wedding photographer at my wedding. There's a look on my face of me swallowing what I knew was to be right and to walk away from this. I keep that as a reminder. Don't fight your gut instinct. Because ultimately, our relationship started off as a nothing fight. If you're a fan of Dean Cook, look that up. There's a fight about jelly. It's the first time me and John went to the grocery store in Winter Garden, Florida. Just so happens that there was someone overhearing our nonsensical fight about jelly. Should have known that time. But we moved back to New Hampshire and I got pregnant and life spun out of control for a while. I'm finally starting to rein it in now, but I need closure on this. So Spirit's wanting me to speak out on it, and it's time that I do. Stop pussyfooting around it. If anyone knows where John Fraser is, please contact me. Thank you.